Suroshrestha Mukherjee from APJ School Salt Lake, class 1B. I am showing you the counting process in my rooftop garden. These are 11 flowers Nayantara. These are 3 flowers hibiscus. 11 flowers on my head and 3 flowers in my finger. 12, 13, 14. Total 14. Thank you. Now I am showing another counting process in this plate. There are 6 Good Day biscuit in this plate and 5 Bonvita biscuit in this plate. 6 on my head and 5 in my finger. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Total 11 biscuits. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Shantak Majumdar. I read in class 2A of APJ School Salt Lake. Today I shall tell you use of math in our daily life. My shape of my room is rectangular. Shape of the egg is oval. Shape of the ball is sphere. And shape of the ice is cube. Often I count stairs of my building as 1, 2, 3. My mother told me that I have only 1 minute for this video. So I use stopwatch to count time. These are the examples of math in our daily life. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. How can I help you?
Good evening. What is the price of potato?
Potato is 20 rupees a kg.
Onion
Onion is 40.
and brinjal?
Oh, brinjal is 80 rupees a
Oh
kg.
my god.
Brinjal.
Brinjal is too much expensive.
Yes, it's expensive. Too much expensive nowadays. Okay.
So give me 2 kgs potato and 1 kg onion.
Okay, sir.
Give me good one.
Okay. I just checking and give you good one.
No, don't use plastic. Give me into my bag.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I will not give you plastic. Plastic is very bad. Okay. Okay. Your bag is.
Take 100 rupees. Keep 80 and give me 20 rupees.
Okay. It's 100 rupees. Okay, your cost is 80 and I have to return you 20 rupees.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
You are welcome. Okay, sir.
Hello, I am Aritra Bhomik. This is my shop. These books each cost 150 rupees. This costs 100 rupees and each of these notebooks each cost 50 rupees.
Okay, can I have 1 copy, 1 book and the geometry box?
Okay. I prepared your bill. You have to pay 300 rupees.
Hello, sir.
I want to buy a cake.
Here is the chart.
Okay. I want to buy that fruit cake.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. This is the cake.
Okay, so can you cut this cake into 4 pieces? Let me show you first. So this is the cake. and you cut this. So 2 by 4 or half of the cake for me, and 2 by 4 or half of the cake for my sister. Okay, so this is for me, this is for me, this is for my sister, this is for my sister.
Should I cut this?
Yes. Wait a second, wait a second. Yes? Hello? Okay, yeah.
What happened?
Actually, my cousin is arriving today. So, what you can do is, so this is the cake, and you cut this like that, and 1/3 of the cake for me, me, 1/3 of the cake for my sister, and 1/3 of the cake for my cousin. So 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 is equal to 3 by 3 equal to 1, or 1 whole cake. This is for my sister, this is for my cousin, this is for me.
Now should I cut this?
Yes.
It's okay, sir.
Yeah, it's okay.
Let me pack this.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And what is the price?
120.
Okay, so I have 150 rupees. Yeah, here. So I have rupees 150 minus rupees 120 is equal to rupees 30. Change. So can I have rupees 30 change, please?
Yes, this is your change, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Math is very useful in everyday life. I am representing the shopping, the grocery items. Mathematics in real life grocery items. Sugar 1 kg, 42 rupees. Salt 1 kg, 20 rupees. Pulses 500 grams, 60 rupees. Pulses 500 grams, 65 rupees. Maggi 3 packets, 45 rupees. Chow 1 packet, 10 rupees. Total number 242 rupees. Thank you, sir.
I am Debadri Datta of class 7A. Today I am going to talk about math in garden. For that I have taken one measuring tape. This tape gives us the measure of inch and feet. Now let's measure the height of different plants. Measure the height of a hibiscus plant of my garden. It stands 44 inches tall. I will measure a lemon tree. It stands 50 inches tall. So what is the value of measuring plants? The value is that we can differentiate the height of the two plants. Also, we can measure, compare and record the height of different plants this year and the coming year. We can also do geometry in the garden. In the area, I have to measure the length and the breadth of the base. The length stands 11 inches long. The breadth stands 10 feet long. Therefore, 10 feet stands for 120 inches. Now we can measure the area of the base by multiplying length and breadth. In garden, we can also measure the weight of fruits and vegetables by using maths. For example, I have papayas in my papaya tree. I can measure the weight of the papayas by using a weighing scale. This is how maths is very useful in our daily life as well as in garden. Thank you.
Speaking of maths in real life, well, what if I say that fashion designers use maths in their everyday life? Yes, you heard it right, and I'll prove this theory to you within just a few minutes. So I am Rajeshwari Mandal of class 8 of APJ School Salt Lake, and so let's get started. Maths in fashion. Is maths used in fashion? Yes, fashion designers use maths in measurements, pattern, angles, merchandise, pricing and proportions. Measurement. Measurement is a key part of fashion. The designers need to measure patterns, angles, the amount of fabric and what size the clothing is. So maths is the base structure in fashion. Without it, the clothes we wear today would not fit us right or look as attractive as it does. If we look around the room or what we are wearing at, we will find patterns. Fashion designers use patterns in their job every day. Symmetry, measurements and patterns are all in math. These things make your clothes look more attractive. Angles. When fashion designers make clothes for people, they use angles for things like the neckline. With angles, they can make clothes fit right on the person. Proportions. Proportions are very important in the designing of clothes. People have different proportions or sizes. To have people buy the clothes, the designers need to fit it right. To find the proportion of people, they need to measure the clothes and the size of the particular person. Now coming to merchandise, a professional designer keeps count of their merchandise. They need to know how much merchandise has been sold and what needs to be made. Tracking merchandise requires using large numbers with multiplying, dividing, subtracting and adding. This helps the designer know what's been sold and what needs to be made. Coming down with the cost relies on the amount of money spent to make the garment, the amount of money they and their employees will make, and how the economy is like, and also how much people will pay them. As you can see, prices and clothes is very important to a designer. It requires a lot of math to use money. Fashion designers even use calculators to help them deal with money as well as sizes. Hence, we have proved that there is a point of intersection between maths and fashion.
Hello everyone, I am Manali Thakur and today my friends and I are going to throw light on some of the practical uses of coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry is a very vast field of mathematics and in class 9 we are only learning a small part of it. However, a question arises, what might be the practical uses of coordinate geometry? It turns out that this field has many uses in our real life, some of which we might not even be aware of. So, in the coming sections, my friends, through a very enriching conversation, will introduce the real-life uses of coordinate geometry.
Hello everybody. So did you all know that all air traffic is managed and regulated by using coordinate geometry? In fact, if the coordinate system didn't exist, then the position of airplanes wouldn't have been available and it would have really increased the chances of plane crash.
Hare Krishna, I did not know that, and I do know that to assign a geographical location to an object, a special coordinate system called geographical coordinate system is needed. That is the system of latitudes and longitude. We all have studied in geography. This plays a visual role in map pointing.
All of these uses are so interesting. So here, but I am sure you don't know that any PDF file which contain text, image or different shapes are placed according to the XY coordinated system. Scanner and photoshopping machine also use coordinate geometry to produce the extract image of any original image.
So, as you can see, coordinate geometry is used in many spheres of our life. I hope you liked the presentation made by our team. Thank you.
Good morning, teachers.
Good morning, teachers.
Here I am Anish Datta.
I am Monoja Bhattacharjee from class 10, section B.
We are here to present our video on the topic
Maths in real life.
Let's say there is a window in the room of size 15 centimeter into 40 centimeter.
40 centimeter in width and 15 centimeter in length. And you want to grill to you a window. What is the maximum gap you can leave such that spacing between each grill bar is equal?
We try some lengths. You can't leave space of 2 centimeter because you can divide it in equal gaps.
Can we use 3 centimeter? Even though we can divide in equal gaps, we can't divide with equally, which is 40 centimeter.
The way to find it is HCF.
Yes, highest common factor. The highest common number which can divide both height and width.
Here the HCF of 1545 is 5 using prime factorization.
And hence if you want bigger gaps, you can place it 5 centimeters apart.
Hello, this is Oishi Devdash from class 11B1.
And this is Shuchishmita Ruth from class 11B1. We have been learning mathematics from a very young age, from addition to fractions to now calculus. A number of topics have been covered. But do we really realize how and when we use these mathematics in our real life? We must have had this question in our mind at some or the other point of our life. So today we will not be solving some sums, but instead we will be seeing how mathematics can be used to solve real life problems.
Now let us talk about calculus. Calculus is one of the most integral part of mathematics and can be said to be the language of scientists, economists, biologists and many more. Now, who was the pioneer behind this? Sir Isaac Newton was the first person to come up with this new idea of calculus. Calculus is basically a Latin word which means stone. Now, calculus has two main branches. One is differential calculus and the other one is the integral calculus. Differential calculus is something which helps us to understand the change, like for example, change in position with respect to time, whereas integral calculus is just its opposite. It helps us to understand or calculate the area under a graph, for example. So now let us look at some examples where calculus is used in our day-to-day life.
Spaceflight engineers frequently use calculus when planning for long missions. To launch an exploratory probe, they must consider the different orbiting velocities of the Earth and the planet the probe is targeted for, as well as other gravitational influences like the Sun and the Moon.
We are traveling through bridges every day. We have seen so many monuments in our life which has got a dome-shaped structure. But have we ever wondered that how are such monuments made with such amount of perfection? It was very surprising to know that calculus is used here. Architect engineers use calculus to calculate the exact amount of materials that would be required to make this or build these infrastructures. And it's the same for the bridges as well.
So the third example deals with our safety. Structural engineers use calculus to determine complex configuration forces of structural elements that relate to seismic activities. They use calculus to create earthquake-proof structures that can withstand any level of earthquake tremors.
In today's modern world, it is very much convenient to use plastic money rather than using bulk amounts of cash. Interestingly, calculus is used here as well. When the minimum payments on a credit card needs to be computed, calculus is the method that is used. Credit card companies use the differential calculus to calculate this amount.
Another really interesting use of calculus can be seen in microbiology. Scientists use calculus to determine the growth rate in bacterial culture when placed in different kinds of temperature.
Calculus is also used by graphics artists. They use it to determine the behavior of three-dimensional objects when they are placed in rapidly changing conditions.
Calculus is also used by economists to calculate the marginal cost and marginal revenue. This enables economists to predict maximum profit in a specific setting.
Calculus finds its use in the field of medical science as well. It is required to calculate the amount of RBCs that are to be injected to a person's body. During any surgery, it is very much obvious that the person will have a lot of blood loss, and hence to maintain the blood volume, saline water is injected. Now, this saline water actually dilutes the blood. Hence, RBCs are required to be injected to the person's body. Here, calculus is used to actually calculate the amount of RBCs that are to be injected to the person.
The last example for today is about electrical engineers. An electrical engineer uses integration to determine the exact length of power cables needed to connect two power substations that are miles apart.
So, finally summing up, we realize that yes, calculus is indeed a very important part of mathematics. But not only calculus, real-life mathematics ranges even more than this. We don't really realize that when and how we are using maths in our day-to-day life. Hence, maths is not only limited within our textbooks, but does matter in real life as well.
Thank you so much for watching the video.